Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, today's map has had a torrid time going through the review process, but for all the right reasons. Originally, this review was over half an hour long. I've had to crop bits out, speed bits up and everything, just to squeeze as much in as I can into a watchable segment. And there are bits that have obviously been left out. It's a really nice map with just enough grumbly talking points to grumble and talk about. And I think that makes the best kind of map review. A map that you're going to want to play anyway, regardless of the few minor stuff that I find and will show you today. So I think if we could all pretend to like today's show by pretending to hit the like button, that would help. That's right, pretend to hit the like button really doesn't help the channel at all, but actually doing it really will. Thank you very much for your support. Today's map is La Crosse, WI by djoe, WI, Wisconsin, United States of America, and I think the American pronunciation is La Crosse. I have been doing a little bit of research and I'm not at all confident with my attempts there. There's your start square, very workable as you will see in a minute. Terrain heights across are, well, it's a real life location, so it's a real life take. Not an accurate, 100% accurate representation. There, of course, is your resources, very workable, but they've used a little bit of license, but it's definitely still worth playing. Fishing looks like that. Okay, let's have a look at the workshop. What do we need? Well, it's a mass transit map. Well, you will need mass transit for this one. The network extensions 2 is required, as is a recommendation for the unlimited outside connections beta. It does say here that it's like their first attempt at a realistic realistic playable gameplay map. So I assume they've done some stuff before, but unfortunately their account is private, so we can't see. A little bit of a collection to go through, including the large water pumping station 2 by Ivania. We'll be checking that one out. That is kind of key to the map running smoothly. But yeah, it's kind of like it's a modest map. It's a modest map. I think we can assume that 81 tiles is wanted. Realistic 1.4.5 European theme is in play today, as is the realistic 1.2 LUT. Okay, let's do a little fly through on the road. To start off fairly slow because there's a few things to see right early on, and one of the first minor grumbles is coming up, and I'm saying this is minor. This is a slight shift of the move it tool. Oh no, we're not there yet. We need to look at this first. This is nice. Okay, we'll start with this. This is nice. Let's start with something nice. I forgot this first. And look at a little pond inside a triangle about. I quite like that. That is very neat indeed. It's not really, more of a diamond about, I guess, something like that. Yes, you don't see many diamonds about these days, do you? Let's cruise on down to a couple of roundabouts which have identical, very minor problems. This one here has just a little bit of creeping foliage. Don't mind creeping foliage if I can just buy into it being a little bit of weeds encroaching, but that's just a little bit too much. And we've got the same going on over here, a little bit too much. Slight bit of glitching as well on the road where it's been squeezed a little hard. Not a huge problem really, to be honest. Okay, over a very shallow tunnel, and those are not the easiest things to make, so all credit for that. Don't credit a lot of stuff. I just go, oh, we got a little bit of stop-start. A little bit of stop-start. We are well away from the start square here, so probably won't bother many people. A little bit of encroaching foliage off of that as well, but that one did look more like weeds, and I'm okay with that. Slight diving away of the rail. We won't be coming this way on the rail, but let me just show you. There's another occasion a little bit later on that there is a little bit of a dive away on the rail. Again, we are well away from the start square, and now I'm speeding up the footage because otherwise we will be here until tonight. Not too much to see down here, which is why we've sped up and we are flying by at pace. We'll slow down in a moment for this little intersection here to show you this. Traffic lights there. It's more of it's a junction rather than an intersection. We could be heading towards the start square directly, but I want to go the long way because, well, if you've got a big bridge, you've got to have a look at the big bridge, right? So we will have a look at the big bridge. little bit of stop-start traffic there as well, the way that the two different sorts of roads are merging together. But again, we are a long way away from the start square, and probably you won't even do any building on this side of the river. You might, but you probably won't. Nice retaining walls in place there, nice bit of detailing. And then you've got the big bridge, and the big bridge is majestic. We've got some very nice, interesting pillar work going on, selections of pillars looking really very tidy. The whole thing looks very tidy. And then we have like the gateway to La Crosse. I'm going to stick with the English version, the UK version. Yeah, nice lane merging going on there, very clean, very tidy. And if I'm going to have one minor grumble time again, minor grumble. I don't mind it because the height of the bridge here is really quite high, but we've got some foliage underneath of the flyover there, so you'd say you probably wouldn't get much in the way of trees, but they've been felled over here. And across to the rest of the bridge, it's all being cleared from underneath. And I actually don't mind them, as long as they're not super tall, just like some shrubs under there. I don't mind that. So you could have got away with it on this little stretch. And again, the exit to the bridge there, very nicely done as well with the pillars. A nice bit of detailing on the intersection here, and no encroaching foliage on those roundabouts at all. Nice detailing. That's just an island in the middle of the it's an estuary. It's in the, I'm gonna just say river. Okay, it's a very wide bit of river there. Nice intersection here as well. Now, strictly speaking, it's not very efficient, but I'm guessing it's taken from real life. And if it's taken from real life, we can't grumble much. Loving the way that the pillars have been twisted. The tillers have been pisted. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Trying to cram so much out of today's review. Let's carry on. This is a nice bit of a road that follows alongside the river and is going to take us down. Again, we've got a slightly convoluted way to get to the start square, but I feel that it's worth it to show you all of the variations that we've got going on. Got a little split here as well. We're going to just keep going on down. Ignore the rail for now. We'll come and have a look at that in a moment. The rail is quite nice on today's map as well. Not strictly 100% realistic, the rail, in terms of gradients in places, but well within believability for the actual game itself. Nice little intersection going on here. Intersection junction, rail and roads all coming together. And then heading on now into Start Square. So I'm going to slow the speeds right back down again. And it's very, very tidy indeed. Little roundabout down here. Bit of a grid city to be planned into here, I feel. You can do quite well with this one. And so on to the asset of the day. This is very neat as well. This is the, I'm not sure if it's Torre or Torre. I'm going Torre. The Torre di San Niccolò by Zarrix. And it's a tower. I think it was 1300s from memory. I did read about it and I've forgotten already. And it is in Tuscany in Italy. So my apologies for getting that wrong in the Steam chart show where I said I thought it was Spanish. Clearly not Spanish. Factoids, because factoids. Israel proclaimed an independent state on this date, the 14th of May in 1948. According to this book, which was published in the 1980s, has the highest military spending per capita of any country in the world. I don't know if that's still true, but it certainly was then, and I believe it might possibly still be. It's not the world's biggest country, and they do have quite a large military investment going on. So anyway, the Torre or Torre di San Niccolò, Zarrix is the creator of this. Very nice work indeed, and we shall move on. Does actually have a concrete base. I've looked at that through the procedural object mod. I'm working on the tutorial for that, and hopefully it will be ready for the weekend. Right, a couple of minor problems going on here. First of all, we've got a missing bit of road here. In fact, this is probably the biggest talking point on the entire map. Missing bit of road. If we carry it on a bit further along, we're going to come to a bridge, which in itself, it also has some problems. Nice little bridge. Unfortunately, a little bit too low. We've got some rocks clipping through it. Okay, this is it. This is the worst. This bad as it gets, the whole map, right? And then a few of you are going to grumble about how close the The level crossing is to that junction, and we'll have some serious stop-start traffic once you start connecting things. Probably why that bit of road is missing, to stop there being traffic problems. Anyway, what we have here is rail, some very nice rail junctions going on here. And also, look at the catenary portals here, not straddling the rail lines. That is a really nice... I've looked... Oh, a little bit of blue mantle there. Tiny weeny bit from the wrong angle. Yeah, not straddling the rail. I'm really, really impressed and surprised. I've looked in multiple places on the map. I cannot find one instance of it. Also, look at the distance we are between the road and the rail. That is the perfect distance to plop in a vanilla station. So that is also good. Although you might want to have to delete a second piece of track so it'll fit in on the opposite side. You'll get it. You'll work it out when you actually have a play. But it is the right distance. Heading up this way, coming up this way just for interest's sake and for regulars who do like to join in with a little sing-song. So heading up here, we do have some more sidings right beside, what's this thing? It's a thing. Oh, everybody's favourite factory. That's what that was. And then we have the rail that peels off to the left. We're going to ignore that because I want to go this way. Slightly more interesting. So we go back the way we came. I'm going to skip over this, skim over it as quick as we can. Back to these sidings. And then, yeah, we've got a tunnel over here. Now, you may argue that it's not really needed, but this is where your main city build's going to be, and we're having a rail line under the main city build. Obviously, main city build completely cleared, so I'm okay with that being a tunnel right there. It emerges over here, and we've got a mountain road or hill road on the right there with the retaining walls. We've also got just a slight climb in gradient going on here, which again, does it matter? No. Does the game care? No. Is it too steep for realism? Probably yes. Is it okay though, because it's all down to the naked eye? I would say yeah, I'm okay with it. This would not stop me playing this map. I'd be very happy with it, and it's fine. True realists though, and I know there are a few of you watching this, will not play the map because of that, and that alone. Anyway, that heads off. It's quite nicely done through the hills there. I've got to say, that is quite neatly done. Do want to show you this before we go off to the intermission though. There is a road over here which disappears into a tunnel, and you'll see that we have got traffic on this road. Where is he going? And the answer is, quite neatly, to help with the traffic here, we've got a hidden tunnel. And then that just nips over to back to where we started, actually, back to where we started the review. Come back to ground level here, and it all merges back in nicely over here. So it's just a very neat way. It's a little trick we've seen a few creators do, and I think that's quite neat there. Right off in the fog, so nobody will care.
I can't believe I'm plugging this, but my husband, this old gamer, has a YouTube channel where he builds cities or something. He thinks he's funny and different from other Cities Skylines channels, but what he needs to do is take out the trash. But in the meantime, check out this old gamer.
Absolutely highly recommended. This old gamer. I've watched quite a bit of their stuff now, and they are massively entertaining. These bridges are slightly too low for the vanilla shipping. Just thought I'd mention that. Of course, if you're playing the modded game, you'll be switching over vanilla shipping for something more pleasant. We've got a little shipping into what is the Bay Area here. If you can call it a Bay Area. But also do check out the airline. Look at that airline going across that island. That is where the main real life airport is. Very nicely done. Sorry, I didn't say. We're back to Crosse, WI, Wisconsin by djoe. And we've got Waterflow. Waterflow is a little bit weak, but they've accepted this. They've accepted it. It's based on real life. And so we've plopped in Varnia's pumping station, which you remember from the start of the show, over here. And then that is supplying water. It's powered as well. It does work. Being outside the start tile supplies water right into your start square. Very neatly there. And then you can just put a sewage outlet right on that little bit of river there. Very neat indeed. Right, before we head over here, I've just spotted this. What is this? I don't know what this is, but it looks touristy. Okay, that is something different. I've no clue. I'm sure it's a real thing in real life, but I don't know. I haven't researched that much. The water up here in the corner is a bit weird. Okay, it flows off in 2 different directions. I don't know again if this is a real life thing, but it is so much in the fog. Right in the corner there is so much fog you would not notice that. Then as we head out into the river, we've got very nice little things like the waterfall. We've got some nice rock detailing and the little islands there. Nice bridge, perfectly heighted bridge over there as well. Following the river down, we've got some nice rivers, nice islands going on in the river, and then like a swampy area. Slight grumble with the swampy area, slight grumble about it, and that's all it is the depth of the water. Again, at first glance, it looks great. If you're looking to play to the next level and have it all the highest quality, it's not. It's good. It's good standards. It's just not gone to the very, very, very next tier. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm not grumbling. I would very happily play this. I'm not... What the heck is going on here? I don't know. It's more touristy bits. I'm sure these all are relevant in real life, or maybe just using a little bit of creative license. Okay, heading down the river. Actually, I want to take you up a dirt track now. This is nice. This is some very nice stuff here. Not the dirt track so much, because dirt tracks hopefully have destinations. This one definitely does have a destination, and I'm really quite happy with the overall work. Again, there are some minor things that I would tweak, but again, nothing that would stop me playing. Let's get back onto that dirt track. Okay, onto the dirt track and heading up towards, you've probably seen it already, but as soon as it pops into view, we're going to say it all together. Ooh, it's a castle. There you go. Ooh, it's a castle. And watch this. We've got a lovely canopy of trees now as we head up into the castle grounds. This I had to go down to ground level for. I felt this was truly exceptional as we head up towards the main keep area of the castle. This is very tidy, and we even have a nice ornamental lake in there, which again is very tidy work as well. Very nice indeed. I like the overall shape of the castle grounds. I like the overall design of the castle. I like all of that. That's all excellent, including, I don't even mind the cemetery, which is an ugly old asset, isn't it? Got some minor grumbles with the external walls, like these towers with the doors on the outside. That's going to make breaking into the castle easier. So a few minor grumbles there. Also a little gap between the wall and the tower there. And in fact, if we look down into the towers, you can see the walls have just been dragged in randomly and through. And it's just some minor work to the next level. We're just talking about the difference between excellence and par excellence, you know? Let's head over and have a look at some of these other areas. There's your airport area there, and then we've got all of this. Have fun. That's all I can tell you with this. If you've got the DLC to give you ferries, this is a great ferry map. Great. Even if you don't want to recreate La Crosse, this is going to be a great map. And also, there's a lot going on in this area. Okay, both in actual gameplay, like this ready plopped in water pumping, through to real life. Right here is the largest six-pack in the world in real life. Check it out, Google it. I promise you it's worth a glance. Good old America, only in America. And then these bridges here look great until we zoom in a bit and the LOD pops out. We've got the actual detailing. We've got these raised concrete bits. It is something weird's going on here. It's the same on both sides. Is when you zoom out, it's absolutely lovely. It's just zoomed in. We've got that way. It pops out. There it goes. Pops out. The LOD is fine. So something weird's going on there. I don't know. Wouldn't stop me playing it? Absolutely not. Okay, we're about the end of the show, so I'm going to turn to you guys and say, what do you think of this map? Well, I look for a thumbnail position. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewers' Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. I want it to be right up there. I want it to be top 3. If not number 1. Depends what else we have this month, of course, but I think it's exceptional work. Aesthetics looks great. It looks great. It looks like the real life location. There's some really nice work here and there and everywhere. Is it the very top level? No, it's not, but it is a very strong 4-star aesthetic map. Love it. Detailing, really good. Really, really good through and through. A lot of work has gone into it. There are some minor grumbles here and there, and nothing that's going to drop it to 3 stars. Can't get anywhere near 5 stars with the amount of minor stuff, so I'm going 4 stars. Gameplay potential. I would say normally this could be a 5-star map, but I think there could be some traffic issues going on. I think this is accepted by djoe. We're obviously going to be using Traffic Manager, but even with Traffic Manager, you're going to have a lot of work. It's close to 5 stars. I'm going to go 4 stars, but I would play it. I would play it regardless, multiple times I think. La Crosse, Wisconsin by djoe. Gets the BonBonB seal of approval. I do not hesitate with that one. That's a really very nice indeed. Very nice, djoe. Have you done other maps? I need to know if you've done other maps. I've not seen them. I want to have a look at them. If there are any that you feel really confident with me having a look at, you know, I'm honest and fair. If that's the best I can try. And sometimes I'm dishonest. Only with tax returns, though. Only with tax returns. Anyway, that's it from me. Thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. Join me tomorrow for another map in the What Map series. And hopefully this weekend, with any luck, we'll have that procedural objects tutorial. Watch out for that one.